Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
In second and inches at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
Now Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 11. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Pushing his way through, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Pushes past him, and he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 19-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, the 40, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
31's the mic.
First down. Here's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
On first down, Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Burrow on play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Bengals 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
11.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now it's Burrow. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact. And not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage. And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there. They'll run on first down. Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good one.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. When you talk about Jamar Chase, one of the things that really stands out, his ability to take ordinary plays and then turn those into big ones.
Yeah, and this is no ordinary run after the catch. This is supersized right here. He's able to look it in, turn upfield, and then it's as simple as looking for the area where the defenders aren't. And then he outruns them all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember...
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play here for Dallas.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. Open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They go play action with Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Lashley. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
At the Cowboys 40-yard line.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Check back 11, check back 11. Hey, defense, let's go.
Burrow will throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Watch the slant. Mike 11. Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll find Lashley there. It's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Here's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half. Are they going to measure revenge there? Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott now. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TV. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Bust through the tackle. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Shepard. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
11,
Again, it's Mixon. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
11. Thomas.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. McPherson's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play here for Dallas. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he coughs up the football near his own goal. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got to.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Again, it's Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
6 yards left on 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's complete to Sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 41 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 49 yards on the ground for him so far. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
11 empty.
Now Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. Touchdown, Cowboys! And when we talk about yards after the catch, you think about speedy little receivers, but Travis Kelsey was 3rd in the NFL in 2020 in that category.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field, but to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight.
Burrow on play action. They'll roll him out right, and they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Play action. It's Burrow. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Prescott. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Prescott to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt?